Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. If you're a Banga lover, this video is for you. Even if you're not a Banga lover, this is also for you because I know that you will like this recipe once you try it out. So today we are going to be making Banga soup, but in the Akwa-Ibom way. So I would say we'll be making Atama Banga soup. If this is your first time here, settle down, let's cook together. Please like, subscribe and share. For our Banga, we'll start by pouring in our Banga into a pot, going into some water. Then we'll cover this and leave it to cook until soft. Let's see our pan fruit. Our pan fruit is well cooked. This is one way to know that your pan fruit is well cooked. When it starts breaking and then you touch it and it feels soft, that tells you that your pan fruit is ready. So we'll go ahead to pound this and extract the juice. Okay, it's time to pound our pan fruit. We don't want to overfill our mortar, so we just pound this. Not too hard. At this point, our pan fruit looks ready, so we'll set this aside. We're done pounding our pan fruit. It's now time to extract our oil from it. So we'll pour some water into the pan fruits, massage gently. The quantity of water depends on how you want your soup to be, so we'll just massage to make sure we are able to extract everything that we would need. So we'll go ahead to sieve this. So we still have a lot of oil on our pan fruits. We'll go ahead to rinse this again with some warm water this time. Ensure not to add too much water so you don't water down your pan fruit extract. I will just squeeze out the oil from it. We have a pan fruit extract. This is how it looks. We'll set this aside and go ahead with the rest of the cooking. I'll boil my meat in a separate pot. I'm using goat meat for this recipe, and I'll also be going in with some snail. I'll season it with a tablespoon of Scotch bonnet pepper, some chopped onion, some salt to taste, my meat seasoning, my bouillon cube, and I would gently stir this to combine. Once that is done, I'll cover the pot and leave it to simmer for 5 minutes. While I leave my meat and my snail to simmer, I'll boil some water in a separate pot for my Atama leaf. Yes, I'll pour in some water, cover and leave to come to a boil. We'll be adding some water to our meat, enough to cook it. So that will cover it and leave the meat to cook until soft. Our water has come to a boil. We'll be going in with our sliced Atama leaf. We'll leave it open and wait for it to come to a boil. My Atama has come to a boil. I'll stop boiling it, go ahead to sieve it out. I'll first of all sieve the water I used in boiling it. I'll go ahead to rinse it, pour it into the same pot, add some cold water. I'll be adding some ice blocks to cool it off so it doesn't keep on cooking. Ensure to drain out water from the vegetable before adding it to your soup so it doesn't give you excess water. You just have to strain it this way. You could use your hand to squeeze out some water and your leaves are ready. We'll be adding some melon to our Banga soup. We'll top it off with a little, very little palm oil. And then we'll match it with our mortar. We are done pounding our melon, so we've been able to grind it into a paste. So we'll form a ball shape, tiny ball shape, just like you do for your cocoyam when you're making your ofen salad, your white soup. Would form tiny little ball shape. You can make it bigger Even if you make one boil, put inside your soup. Once it boils or comes to a boil, you see that everything would dissolve. But I just like to put little bowl so I don't have to wait for a long time for it to boil and dissolve. These are our melon balls. We'll set this aside and continue with the rest. Our meat is well cooked. It feels soft. We'll be going in with our cow skin, some stockfish. We'll give this a good stir so that it incorporates. We'll add some more water. We'll also add our periwinkles. And lastly, we'll go in with our fish. I'm using some dry bala fish and some dry catfish. So since we've added other things, we'll be seasoning it with some salt. We'll also season it with some bouillon cubes. We'll add another tablespoon of scotch bonnet pepper. We'll cover this and leave it to simmer for at least 10 minutes on a low heat. In a larger pot, I'll be boiling my banga. So this is my palm fruit extract. I'll pour it into my pot and leave it to come to a boil. My kitchen smells so good. I wish you were here to perceive this aroma. Like, everywhere is filled with amazing aroma. Our palm fruit extract has come to a boil. You can see the oil floating on top of it. Now we'll be transferring our meat. Our meat, fish, all the protein that we had cooked earlier. After doing that, we'll give it a gentle stir. We'll cover this and leave it to simmer for 5 minutes. Right now we'll be adding some crayfish and our melon balls. We'll leave this to cook for 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes. Let's see our banga. As you can see, it looks thick. This looks delicious. You could test to confirm if all the ingredients are well incorporated or if there's anything you would like to add. Everything is well incorporated. The salt is good, the pepper is okay, so I'll go ahead to add my vegetable to my soup. It's now time to add our washed atama into our soup. I didn't add all the atama I boiled earlier because I don't want the leaf to overpower the soup. So I'll show you how I preserve the washed atama so I can use it next time. Okay, so our atama is well incorporated, it's well mixed. So at this point, guys, our soup is ready. I would leave this to simmer for just a minute. You can leave it to simmer for as long as you want, but you guys know me, I don't like my vegetable to be overcooked, so I'll just leave it to simmer for a minute and my soup is ready for serving. So I'll be having this with my brown basmati rice swallow. You can have this with any swallow of your choice. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. This is how to make simple Atama Abak soup.